Hello, my dear friends. Today I'm talking about Venus retrograde motion between December 19, 2021 and January 29, 2022 in Capricorn. Venus has affinity with the feminine in energy, and when she's retrograde, emotional and financial issues, especially in relationships, can spew up like a volcano for some people. But many people are affected to some extent. But if you have Capricorn, Libra or Taurus in your chart, you will be very strongly affected. Venus retrograde in Capricorn brings both emotional and physical transformation. We get to rethink our relationships, what works and what doesn't, and the real concrete situations that result. Venus wants everyone to make practical changes and bring the results down to earth. So get ready for deep and meaningful with your significant other in a real physical sense. All through, Venus loves peace and harmony. If you have been holding anything back, she won't be able to put up with any unfairness in a given situation. There could be a real upside to your finances, living conditions, and even your physical body due to the effect of Venus retrograde. Venus wants you to grow up and be independent while still being in a relationship, and she loves relationships built on equality, not dependency. The purpose of this time is to encourage your adult maturity through emotional growth, which has real physical consequences. You may also relocate, deal in real estate, start a new business, or change plans in an existing business. Existing relationships may deepen by having a baby, moving in together, or renewing vows after Venus retrograde. If you haven't been dealing with your own feelings, say you've been trying to stuff them down into your body, they could come up like a volcano, so you will need to find an appropriately healthy way to let them out. Stress held down in your body could eventually cause ill health, so do try movements such as dance or walking, writing in a journal, do some breath work, cry, scream, or talk to a trusted confidant. Under Venus retrograde, sometimes old lovers from the past can return if all the issues are not resolved. My advice to you would be remember why they're an ex. Go slow, because sometimes if you get back with an ex during a retrograde, when Venus turns direct, the relationship could dramatically change. People do change their minds sometimes when Venus moves forward again. It's better to not start a new love relationship during Venus retrograde, even if you are ready to deal with some complications or sudden ends. During Venus retrograde, it's a good time to review your finances and business plans. There may not necessarily be any issues, but it's good to check where you are financial anyway. It's not a good time to invest big money when Venus is retrograde, as investments could lose value when Venus turns direct again. The only possible exceptions to this may be beautiful objects of art or perhaps jewelry. Venus does like beautiful investments that last for a long time. If you have a business, you may review your business structure and strategy. Since Venus does rule matters of the heart, you will want to be on guard for any excess who try to waltz back into the picture. This retrograde takes place under Capricorn, so there may also be issues around power struggles in relationships, and issues within your career could also be activated by this energy. You may learn some lessons around setting boundaries in both your personal and professional lives. Make sure you are setting aside plenty of time for self-care, as Capricorn energy doesn't always know when to take a break. If you end up feeling drained in your relationships, it's okay to take a step back so you can recharge your batteries. When compared to planets such as Uranus or Pluto, Venus is much closer to Earth, which means we will feel the energy of this retrograde more consistently than we would with a planet that's further out in the solar system. On December 26th, Venus and Pluto are conjuncting, while forming a supportive aspect to the Virgo moon, making it in the perfect day to purge your space of any items that remind you of love since past. Interesting conversations around love or money could take place on December 29, as Venus and Mercury buddy up in the sky. This is also a great day to set and communicate what your boundaries are with others. On January 5th promises to be a dreamy day, as Venus forms a lovely trine to Neptune, which could provide some much needed healing around heartbreak from the past. Let's see for each ascendant how this Venus retrograde are working. For Aries ascendant, this retrograde and most of 2021 will place much of your focus on career goals. While you will be motivated as ever in the professional realm, it's be important that you set aside time for self-care so you don't burn out from all of the business you've been handling. Since Venus is the ruler of both beauty and money, this retrograde is also a good time to assess your wardrobe and make sure you are taking steps to dress for the job you want. For Ascendant in Taurus, this retrograde packs some serious soulmate energy for you. Taurus, as Venus activates the area of your chart that rules spirituality, you may find that you are developing connections with others quickly, which could spell trouble if you are in a relationship. Whether you are single or not, keep in mind that we all have more than one soulmate. Soulmates appear when someone has the potential to teach us a lesson or a deep level. So before moving forward with anyone romantically, ask yourself if it's a lesson you want to learn. For Ascendant in Gemini, surface level interactions won't cut it for you this retrograde, dear Gemini. You'll be in the mood to share yourself fully with that special someone, with the desire for deep conversations and intimacy. However, you may find that not everyone is emotionally prepared to bear their soul, which could in turn cause you to close off. Look for ways to engage in heartfelt conversations with your heart desires. Then ease your way into the more intense stuff. Remember that everyone's comfort level is different and try not to take it personally if someone you're involved with needs their space. Ascendant in Cancer. This retrograde is all about love for you, as Venus activates the sector of your heart, of your chart that rules relationships. Matters of the heart will up for review, which means past hearts or past loves could come back into play. If you are in a relationship, try not to let emotional upsets that have been buried come back to life. Throwing resolved issues back in someone else's face is likely to cause damage to your relationships. If you are single, be on the lookout for exes and try not to get involved with someone who has brought you grief or toxicity in the past. Ascendant in Leo. You are known as one of the warmest and most generous signs of the zodiac. However, this retrograde may have you analyzing the give and take within your romantic relationships. If you are been receiving the short end of stick in your partnership lately, this could be the time to address it. This is also a good time to check in with your health. If you have been working overtime lately, now is time to pull back and relax a bit. Ascendant in Virgo. Where and how you spend your time will be at the forefront of your mind this time. It might be difficult for you to fake happiness right now, and if your heart is not in something, it would not be easy for you to get involved. Remember that it's okay to say no to events or gatherings that not interesting you. Instead of doing things to make other people happy, keep your focus on the things that you want to participate in. Ascendant in Libra. They say home is where the heart is, and that will feel especially true for you during this retrograde. Venus will be traveling backwards in the sector of your chart that rules your home, making this the perfect time for you to go into hermit mode. Instead of forcing yourself out of the home, spend time engaging with self-care from the comfort of your living room. Use your time away from the spotlight to get rid of old junk and reinvest into making your home the sanctuary you deserve. Ascendant in Scorpio. This retrograde is all about flirting and communication for you, sexy Scorpio. If you are in a relationship, how you discuss issues could come up for review. Don't shy away from trying new conversational technique. If you are single, this is a good time to meet new people without going too deep and too fast in a relationship. For once, you might actually enjoy small talk and getting to know someone slowly. So allow any new romantic connections to unfold at their own pace. Ascendant in Sagittarius. Venus is the ruler of both love and money, and this retrograde is all about the latter for you. Don't run away from your financial obligations. Avoid overspending and try to put some cash into the bank if you can swing it. There could be a temptation to refresh your wardrobe during this time. Just make sure you set and stick to a budget. Ascendant in Capricorn. This retrograde will have you putting yourself first. Since Venus is traveling backwards, it's okay to be a bit self-involved right now. You may find yourself putting up walls as you focus on personal goals and self-interests. Just be sure you don't end up isolating yourself from good-hearted people who care about you. Additionally, you may feel like refreshing your look right now, but try not to make any drastic changes to your appearance until Venus begins moving direct again. You should know that if you want to make a surgery, aesthetic surgery, it's not good to make it during Venus retrograde. Ascendant in Aquarius. This retrograde will ask you to go deep. Venus will be camped out in the sector of your chart that rules the subconscious, making it the perfect time to do some shadow work when it comes to matters of the heart. Use this retrograde to examine past partnerships and make a mental note of any relationship patterns you become aware of it. It may be painful to take an emotional stroll down memory lane, but it will help you develop healthier habits for the future. Ascendant in Pisces. This retrograde could have an interesting effect on your friendship. If you're single, you may start to look at people within your cycle as potential mates and could even find yourself in a friendship with benefit situation. Just make sure you are not compromising platonic relationships that are important for you, especially since retrogrades don't always bring out our best judgment. If you are currently in a relationship, this is a good time to bring it closer. So plan some group activities that will help everyone get to know one another better. Where is Venus or any other planet retrograde transiting by house in your natal chart? It's conjunct a natal planet. This retrograde Venus in Capricorn, in which house in your natal chart will transit, and what do you think will happen this time? I wish you love and money and to be healthy and happy. Use wisely this retrograde motion of Venus in Capricorn. Until next time, I wish you all the best. Bye bye.